Welcome to Plaid for Women TV, your go-to resource for the business of life. Whether the CEO of your home or your own business, women struggle with the same challenges. At Plaid TV, we discuss real-life issues affecting real women and offer solutions to help you achieve your goals, get connected, and be heard. Together, we will change the world. Let's do this. No mean girls allowed.
Hey, welcome everybody to Plaid for Women TV. I'm Siobhan Palmer. In this video, we're talking about women in business, specifically the traits of confident women. My guest is Miss Elizabeth Lyons. She is the president of Elizabeth Lyons Consulting out of Dallas, Texas. She is a leadership coach. Elizabeth Lyons, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Siobhan. Great to be here.
You know, this topic is not only personally important to me, but I think it's so timely right now because of the shift in business and more women getting into positions of authority. You've listed some really interesting qualities of confident women. Let's start with the first one where you say, confident women do not apologize.
Confident women do not apologize. They don't say, I'm sorry. And that's something that women tend to do. They'll reach for something and say, oh, I'm sorry. And there's no reason to do that. It truly diminishes them and their worth, and there's just no reason to even have that in the vocabulary.
What do you think, why are we like that? I mean, I do it myself all the time, my sister and I, not only in business, but just in our personal life. Do you think this is a learned behavior when you're a young girl?
I do think it's a learned behavior. I think that little girls are taught to be nice, to be gentle, and it plays as utmost importance to little girls as they grow up. And then they move into young women, and this is something that just sticks for them.
Yeah. The second one, I really think this is a powerful one. You say confident women, that self-doubt doesn't stop them. What do you mean by that?
When you look at men, they don't let things defeat them. They have doubts. Men have doubts. They come off very confident, but they have their own doubts, but they never let those doubts stop them. And for a woman, it will stop them. For example, a woman goes to apply for a job. If she has 100% of the qualifications, she will apply and put in that application. A man typically only has 50% of the qualifications, and he will actually put in that application and expect to get an interview and even the job. So there's something about self-doubt that happens within a woman and actually paralyzes her. Confident women don't have self-doubt.
Okay, so give me an example of some women that you've coached that have really pushed through that self-doubt. What has resulted in their business life because of being able to overcome that self-doubt?
More money. Always more money. Asking for the raise, owning their own small businesses, upping their fees, being confident, knowing what they're worth, being able to say, this is what I deliver for a service or a product and it costs X, and being able to do that without blinking, without their stomach being in knots, and just being able to deliver that, and realizing that the money isn't them. So there's a lot of benefit that a woman gets from being confident.
You know, the great entrepreneur of Virgin Atlantic, Richard Branson, his famous quote is, if somebody offers you a great opportunity, go ahead and accept it and then figure out the rest of it afterward, right?
Absolutely. Men do this all the time. Kind of one of the ideas is that a man is promoted above what he can do with the expectation that he will earn his way. And he always does. He always proves himself and moves into a position beautifully. Women, on the other hand, they want to be mentored and groomed and talk about it and learn quite a bit before they accept a position. There's something else that happens for a woman that isn't necessary.
You know, it's interesting you said that. A friend of mine is HR director for a large company. She calls it analysis paralysis with women, right?
Yeah, I would agree. I would totally agree with that.
Great. Okay, another one, this is very powerful again, is confident women, they let go of guilt and their story. What do you mean by their story?
Yeah, the story is the self-talk. The story is labeling yourself. The story is saying, I'm a single woman. I'm an ex-wife. I'm a single mother. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Whatever your story is, whatever that label that you wrap around yourself and you walk into every room, that's your story. And there's something really powerful about letting go of your story. And there's something really great about just being free from that and then moving into the world from that standpoint with confidence.
You know, again, going back to guilt, why do you feel like women, much less likely than men, have guilt relative to a business transaction? Do you think it's because we personalize everything, and does that hold us back?
Yes, we do personalize everything. Money for a woman is personal. She believes that she can only get as much as she can see, and she can only get as much as she believes she is worth. A man, on the other hand, very confidently will throw out a salary range. For example, in my coaching practice, when I'm doing career counseling with an executive male, it's very interesting because he will look at me from across the table at Starbucks and lean over and say, Elizabeth, you know the market. How much can I get? And I'll think, wow, okay, I made $150,000 and a 20% bonus. How much can I get on the annual salary? What can I make in my move? Ironically, on the flip side, I could coach a woman in my practice, and it's about 2 sessions in, midway through, and I'll say to her, you're $20,000 underpaid. And she'll say, am I? Really? Oh, that can't be right. I couldn't make that kind of money. Why couldn't you? I don't understand that at all. So there is something to that.
Interesting. Another quality of a confident woman, you say, they don't ask questions they already know the answer to. Give us a scenario where this would happen.
There is silence and there's power in silence, and being silent is a great attribute. They don't have to fill the air with speaking. They don't have to ask questions they already know the answers to. They don't need to necessarily chat at meetings. You'll know when you see it in a meeting when a woman starts to move into that kind of behavior. And there's no reason for it. She can just be quiet and confident and let conversations go on around her. And then when she has something meaningful to say, just say it.
Okay, another very key point, I've heard this many times, you say confident women do not do wishy-washy speak. What does that mean?
Wishy-washy speak is speak that is not definite. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're an executive woman and you have a team of people under you, and one of the people on your team is not performing. When they're not performing, you don't pull them aside into your office and say, I'm a little bit concerned. You're not a little bit concerned. You're a lot concerned. You're considering firing them. You don't need to say you're a little bit concerned. Women use this kind of speak, and it's not definite and it's not crisp and clear, and that's what you really want.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I think it confuses men sometimes because if we're not very definitive, then they get confused and it just makes the whole scenario even worse than it is.
Absolutely. Men are very literal. If you tell them exactly what you mean, particularly in business, they tend to respond. They tend to respond.
Absolutely. Another area, this is very interesting, fear of being a woman. A confident woman does not fear being a woman. What do you mean by that?
I think the number one question that I've been asked in interviews over the years was, did I have to change myself? Did I have to become more masculine or more male in order to earn a seat at the table or to knock down big deals or to carry myself in business situations? I have never once had to change myself or adopt some male ideology or thought process. And I think that that's something that women are afraid of. They're afraid that they will have to change who they are, that they can't be feminine. You can absolutely be feminine and powerful and be in business.
Be successful. And it's very interesting because some of the most successful business women I know personally embrace being a woman, and they never make gender the issue. They just say, Siobhan, at the end of the day, I just am prepared, and I feel like I have a right to be at the table like the guys do.
Absolutely. Assume the sale. Absolutely. I think there's something to be said for that.
Absolutely. Okay, and then to wrap this up, this I think is very, very powerful. Confident women understand their worth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they
Sing
do.
it, sister, to the women out there.
Confident women understand their worth. They know what they're paid. They know what the next title band is and the salary. They know what skills they need to build in order to get to the next rung in the ladder. They understand that. They're well researched. And with that research about the market, about what their skills pay, or their business, let's say it's a small business, they know what their competitors are making. They know what they charge. With that kind of information, then they go into a negotiation. They know what their worth is, and they know where they fall in the market. And it's a critical thing to understand where you fall in the market. Then you're no longer afraid, and it's not about money, and it's not about you receiving or getting anything. It's about this is what the market will bear, and this is what I need to earn.
What have you learned? Because again, women not asking for what they're worth, this is a recurring theme. Why do you think most women, why do they make money a moral issue relative to business? I've always been...
For women, it's about, am I good enough? Am I good enough? And then I will receive. Yes. Or they'll sit for months and work overtime and do all kinds of stuff and take on extra projects and really put a lot of energy forth. And what happens is they sit patiently thinking, oh, I'll get the raise. Someone will notice me. That's not how it works. That's not how it works in corporate America. That's not how it works in business. There's no reason to sit and wait.
That's great. Well, Elizabeth, this has been a fascinating topic. I want everybody out there to review all these attributes of a confident woman and be out there and be a confident woman. Elizabeth, if people want to get a hold of you or get more information on your business, what's the best way for us to contact you?
Definitely reach out and take a look at my website at elizabethlyons.com.
And that's L-I-O-N-S.
L-I-O-N-S, just like the animal, lions.
All right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Siobhan Palmer with Plaid for Women Television. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Plaid TV. See you next time.